Okay, student. So the last lectures we saw the materials, what is called a material control, and the later on I'm going to see the what is the store control, material control and store control. Yes, no, yes, no. Store control. Now, as all of you know, that material purchased by the purchase department, as per the requirement of is sent to the store department before it issued the production. That means, as per the requirement of the production department, we place the order, and once the material is purchased, that we send to store department. That is the next process. Then a storekeeper is a person who is in charge of the store departments, and especially the what is his role toward the material. The first role is protecting the material. Okay. Then avoiding the overstocking and understocking, keeping the proper record of usage and wastage, etc. So if you see the role of the storekeeper, generally maintain all the books of accounts, all the books required, especially for whatever the goods comes in, whatever goods goes out to the production department for the production purpose. So always you try to protect the material. And second most important thing is avoiding the overstocking and understocking. That means whenever the material is purchased, you always have to see that what is the availability of the material and what is the requirement for the future's demand for the for the future production process. So therefore, he's always very much the careful about the overstocking and understocking, because what happens, because in case of overstocking, when the goods are your the purchase which is a more than requirement, then that is nothing but the investing your money or blocking of your money in the particular material. So this is a one reason for the overstocking. And understocking means, of course, whenever there is a required, whenever there is a demand arise or any demand from uh, the particular customers. So always have to see that they should not be understocking, because the material should be available, and because of that, the production cannot be stopped. So therefore, in this case also, the storekeeper always have to take care about the overstocking and understocking, and keeping the proper record of usage and wastage absolutely essential, because both are carrying cost. Aspect of store control. Okay, the different books of accounts, different formats. We generally, just a minute. Hello, is I'm audible? Okay, thank you. So information about the different aspect of the store control. This is just for the information purpose, students, for your kind information. This information is given about the stores, substores, and centralized and decentralizations. At the same time, classification, codification of material. If you go for the purchasing and storekeeping, the entire all these the classification, codification of material is given. As the examination point of view, these are the not so much the importance, but I will, that means practically will go to the much more on the practical aspects. At the same time, the concept which is related to your practical aspects, we're going to focus on that. Then we'll go for the classification and codification of material. The material can be classified according to their types, and codification can be done for the simplification of the identification. Because in case of the organizations, we always have to see there are a number of materials required, different type of the materials required for the production. Now, in this case, the identification of the material, that is very, very important, because sometimes there are many number of units, different types of material. So in this case, the first steps is the classification of material. What is that? The classification of material. And after the once you classify the material, you give the proper code to the particular material for the identification. This definitely, whenever that be codification is used, you always have to ensure that the system is a simple to understand, easy to operate. Therefore, whenever you apply both the classification and codification of the material, you always have to see that there should be proper classifications and the codification of material. Now, after the store control, the second part that is really very, very important part as per the material cost is concerned, that is the inventory control. What is called as inventory control. Now, in case of the material control, we saw the different, we're going to learn about the different level of stocks and different things we're going to study in case of as a part of the inventory control only. So second part, after the material control will solve the most important stage means how you procure the material. Okay, how the material is procured from the suppliers, how it is going to store, how you storing the particular material into particular store. Okay, that things you learn in case of the material control. The second part is called as inventory control. Inventory control, that is absolutely very, very important part as far as the entire process is concerned. So whenever you purchase the material, and if it is unused material or unused finished goods or any partly semi-finished goods, the very important things you have to keep in a such a way that should be not be affected, or you must have to minimize the wastage in such a case, because there is a huge amount of money invested in the particular inventory. Okay, so the inventory, that is of course it is a really very important part as far as the this thing is concerned. The one of the important aspects of the overall material management is the inventory control. Okay, it is necessary to avoid overstocking as well as understocking. For ensuring this maximum level, minimum labor, reorder labor are fixed. Now, student, inventory control can be done the different way. The first of all, different ways means different methods are there. Okay, for the controlling the inventory. What do you mean by the controlling of inventory? That means in this case, the first of all, you have to avoid the overstocking of the material. Overstocking of the material means what? For example, agar mujhe production mein, if I required, I know that it is as per past experience and as per the level of the production activities and as per as your capacity level, you know what is the requirement of the material. Okay, what is requirement of the material. Now, on the basis of requirement of the material, on the basis of requirement of the material, you always have to see that they should not be overstocking the material. That means you purchase the material only when, that means okay, you're going to purchase, no. So in this case, you purchase that the quantity only where you require for the production. Okay, that should not be overstocking of the material as such. Okay, because once you purchase, whenever it is your requirement is 5,000 units and you purchase the 50,000 units for the production, the unnecessary 45,000, the investment in that particular existing is always wastage. That means this is nothing but you are blocking of the money or blocking of fund in inventory. Okay, as such, because that much is not important. So in this case, it is absolutely essential. You always have to overstocking. You have to avoid the overstocking. You have to avoid the understocking also. Now, what does it mean understocking? That means, for example, when I required the materials, we know the production and different level of the material we required on the monthly basis. That means once you prepare the purchase budget or material budgets, requisition budgets, you will come to know what is the production budget, say, what is the requirement of the material. So in this case, you always have to check that. Okay, what you going to check? Well, we check what is the requirement of the material, and you know that on the basis of monthly budget, you know that what is the requirement. So you have to keep the minimum the material. that you're going to learn from the minimum level, minimum and reorder levels. With the help of that, will comes to know that will be definitely avoid your understocking of material. Okay, so understocking is always very dangerous, because if you're not planned, then definitely that means that will be the stoppage of the production process, and that will be the huge amount of loss to the organization. Therefore, understocking and overstocking definitely we have to consider while in case of the inventory control. Now, in this case, we're going to learn many the inventory control methods. That the first one is ABC system, that is ABC classification of the material. This is one of the system absolutely very important as per the control inventory control is concerned. Then just in time inventory that you're going to see. Okay. Then two bin system is there. Then we're going to learn the stock level. Stock level means what I call as the different level, maximum level, minimum level, reorder level. Okay. And the inventory system, that means perpetual inventory system also we're going to learn. Just a moment, students. एक minute. So that is the important aspects when you go for, because as far as your syllabus is concerned, the more weightage is given for the calculation of different inventory level, that is stock level, the minimum level, maximum level, reorder level. We have the practical example also on this. ABC classification also very important as far as this thing is concerned. And the last one, that is called as economic order quantity, that is going to learn economic order quantity, how to calculation of the economic order quantity, the where the as per the syllabus of the your semester 5 is concerned, the more weightage is given for the calculation of economic order quantity. And the last one, the calculation of inventory turnover ratio. That is also one of the most important part of your aspects. Now, looking toward the, yes, perpetual inventory systems. That is the next this thing. Just a moment.